What's going on, everybody? We're gonna start the day by moving some cars around because it's crazy to think that I'm actually running out of space. I do have space, enough space here, but right now that I have 6 cars myself and I have Eric's shell over there, it looks a little cramped, like, especially because the 2 cars over there, they don't move. Well, the car over there doesn't move either, so I have 3 cars that they don't move. I have 1 car that leaks transmission fluid, but luckily now we have the GS that's running. So we're gonna start the day by moving some cars around. First, the Tahoe, the work truck. Oh yeah, never skips a beat, not a single white. Shut up, truck.
Phone unavailable.
Just the oil pressure, and then replace that sensor. I have the sensor already. I just haven't done it. I have like a pile of parts waiting for the Tahoe. All right, next up, Alexa. About to start bumping. Next up, and this one we had the check engine light on. Yesterday that I took it for a really long drive, I had the check engine light pop on me. I already checked the codes. It's just an evap code. I think that I need to replace the vent valve and the purge valve. Maybe just the vent valve, or maybe I have some lines backwards over here at the front. I have a code for incorrect purge flow and a code for system ventilation valve. And I don't know if you can hear it. In some moments it gets a little bit louder, but the AC compressor is going out in this one. Now I low-key want to move this one just so that I can have the space, but I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. Alright, so I got the Tahoe parked right here because I need to hook it up to the trailer so that we can move the shell. Now we're gonna move Alexa.
Another tattoo on my face, you trying to hide everything that I hate. But wherever I go, yeah, I am a stretch, never escapes. And I just wanna feel okay. I just wanna feel okay. I just wanna feel okay. Maybe it's all inside my head. Maybe it make more sense when I'm dead. My life so much more with the back. Never could be sure much, but I could be sure that.
I don't know if you can hear that, but of course this car has ABS issues, just like any old Lexus. Like, they made amazing cars, but yeah, you gotta admit, like, they fucked up in some stuff. Like, those ABS modules suck. I really wanna, on my black GS, I really wanna get rid of that ABS module and put a regular brake booster. It's not actually failing, but it makes weird noises every now and then. Like in this car, like every now and then it just goes crazy, like. I don't really know. Oh, there it goes again. I don't really know where to park this. I want it out of the way. All right, so we got the Tahoe hooked to the trailer. The shell, it's already with the winch. I got the IS out of the way, the 400 out of the way. Eric just pulled up. So that's the crash GS. How many times have you crashed this?
Probably a good,
Shit.
messed up.
At least you said 2 times this side.
Yeah, like two
One-
times this side, 1 time over there, 1 in the front. About 4 times been crashed.
So the car is still alright, but because if this side was crashed, we're just gonna swap everything to the other shell. I'll explain more about it later, and I'll show why we're swapping everything out of this one. But in the meantime, this is just dope. We got the GS's. Now that the 400 is running, it's like we got three running GS's, and we got the winch. This winch has been pretty badass, like,
Nah, for real, that hoe is pretty fucking good.
and it was a $200 Amazon. Alright,
$200.
there you go. You got the camera.
Yeah. Alright, back from technical difficulties.
Push it slightly forward. So, I want to see how this goes. I have to pull the trailer forward. Alright, so the shell is in the shop. I got the Tahoe with the trailer back out of the way. We still had the parts card. I'm about to put the IS back in here. The 400 is going to be chilling there. And for now, I'm also gonna move my GS in the meantime. Alright, so we got this shell in. Shout out to Marketplace. Really good find, $100 wheels. 18 from a GS, right?
Yeah, if the guy's watching this, hey, appreciate the wheels.
Shout out to you, dude.
Shout out to the guy, yeah.
Alright, so we got the shell up in jack stands. We're just right now prepping the shell. We need to put so many things in. So we're gonna make a list right now. Right now Eric finished kind of cleaning, at least the rack and this part, because it was all grimy and full of gunk. And then I know we need coils, we need an engine, we need to figure out what's going on with this window. We will need a center console. I was wondering why you don't have door cards, but it's because you already solved those.
Yeah.
And then we finished putting the bumper back on because it was off when we went to pick this car up. Now, the main reason why we're doing this swap, like, everybody is wondering, like, why are we doing this whole swap instead of fixing this shell? And while this shell is still relatively good and you can actually like still fix it, but you might need maybe like 2 or 3 grand from a body shop just to make everything line up and make everything work. The thing of why we are doing this swap is because of this right here. That bend right there, once we get this fender off, I'll show in the camera more how that's bent. But if you pay attention to how the fender is somewhat straight and the whole frame is bent towards this side, so we're not sure if the strut tower is out of place, but we're just gonna take everything from here and put it in a clean shell that has not been crashed, especially because this has been crashed more than once. Like, the first couple crashes were light, but this last one was kind of big. So yeah, the drivetrain in this fantastic, like everything's healthy, engine, transmission, and we've done a lot of stuff, a lot of upgrades, a lot of maintenance. And then we picked up this shell with no engine now, and like it's a lot of work to swap everything. But of course, probably because like I am helping him, is that this is really possible, like because I have the space, I have the tools, and I can do this relatively quick. So if you have somebody, or if you're able to do it, I think that this is way easier than taking it to a body shop, like to fixing it. Why? Because you can even part out your car and make the money back. So right here we pick it up for $900, right? So $900. Now keep in mind that a shell on its own, it's already worth over $500. And the best thing about this shell is the fact that it has black interior. It's already stripped down a little bit, but you see the black center console, the black seats, the black dash, the black carpet. Just the black interior alone, it's worth what, like another 700 to 1,000 easy. So just this shell with interior is probably worth 15, and we paid 900. And because he has this one almost with black interior already, he's gonna be able to sell the black interior or part of it, right? Because in this one, the only thing that you were missing really was center console, the dash, and the carpet. Well,
And the headliner.
The headliner is gray in all of them, but yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even have a headliner there.
Black though, so shit, that's even
Oh
better.
yes, that is even better.
Black headliner.
The headliner it's been wrapped like in some suede. It's a little bit not perfect, a little bit falling down from here. But regardless, black interior, like even the pillars are already suede.
And I think I've seen there's a side pillar like
Yes.
there too somewhere. Yeah, for these right here. I think there's somewhere in there.
Oh, with suede. Oh yeah, I see them, the black ones. No, that's badass. So that's the main thing why this a good idea, because this shell has black interior and Eric's been wanting in this car for the longest time. So by getting this shell, we're not only gonna have a black carpet, a black dash, a full black interior, but we're also gonna get rid of this crashed shell. And the best thing is that this one's gonna be part of, so you're still gonna make some money, with some time of course, but you're gonna make at least your full 900 that you pay for the shell, at least those for sure you're making it, and I bet that a little bit more, like even just to compensate for all the stuff that we are doing. So it's a lot of work, because I know this platform very well, the 2JZ. I think we can do it relatively quick. So we need to finish the interior, we need to swap the whole drivetrain, even the the drive shaft and the exhaust. We need to swap it. We need ECUs, and yeah, suspension, body kit, headlights, the hood. Probably we're gonna replace the trunk, Maybe we'll even swap the taillights. I don't know. No, you kind of like those ones, no? A little bit.
Yeah. Or just the outer ones.
Just the outer ones.
The outer ones.
But yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think that we can do this swap like relatively easy. So today we're just prepping, getting the shell ready, and then tomorrow we're gonna do the swap. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. But yeah, that's the main reason why this is happening. So Black & T shell, I think that it is worth the hassle of changing the swapping the drivetrain. So we're gonna see what else we can do right now to have this ready for tomorrow. And so the shell is almost ready. We have a big list of everything that we need. We know we need the engine, the transmission, the drive shaft, fuel pump, fuel lines, harness, ECU, the front end, coilovers, and shifter, shift linkage. And after all those things, the car at least should be able to move on its own power. Like, that should be good to drive and test and go from there. Other than that, of course, it's a really old car. We just went through the suspension. We know that tie rods in this side, the inner one, is a little cooked. The tie rod in the other side, the outer one, it's a little cooked. In the rear, we have this upper ball joint. Upper ball joint from the rear on both sides is loose, so that's something that we're gonna need to do as well at some point. It's right here, and the shell is actually very clean. Like, it has a little bit of hail, but very slight. Overall the shell is pretty clean. Like, this GS overall, it's also pretty clean, but after everything that's gone through, this one should be a good starting point for now. So shout out to Casey. I hope you're watching this video for this shell. I mean, we were a little hesitant in buying it, right, because it's been already stripped. It was a drift car, but we trusted him that everything was there, that it was complete, that he ran and drive, and hopefully it will go like that. Right now at this point, we just put a battery just to check electronics, and as you can see, well, the lights are on, which might not be the best because I don't think that the lights should be on with the switch on. But we have power. Now, only thing that we need to make sure is that that window rolls up. He said that it does roll up, but we'll see. That is probably our only hesitation. As you can see, this car was manual, so you can see the holes right there for the clutch, and for the shifter there's a bigger hole, but that shouldn't be an issue at all. Like, realistically, it should be pretty much straightforward. And I mean, if at some point, if this car goes manual, the holes are already made, so it's actually kind of easier. And if I end up manual swapping my GS and my IS, I bet that it will be just a matter of time till this GS becomes manual too, and some other more GSs, because I really like working on this car. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it turns. We're gonna be starting tomorrow early in the morning. My guess is that by 4 p.m. we're gonna be driving this shell. That is my guess. Of course, we're still gonna be needing to do suspension work and minor adjustments, maybe some interior work. But the idea is that my plan is at 4. It's gonna be run and drive. So we'll see. All right, so this is day 2. Swapping everything to this shell. We got Eric's GS ready, and we're starting right now. It's 7:30 a.m. I think the idea is that my prediction is that this car is gonna be running by 4. So let's see. It's a lot of stuff that we gotta do, but I think that we can do it by 4. So First, the engine. The engine should be in by 12. By 12, the car should have been already started. And then from there we'll go, because we still need to do some suspension work, the drive shaft, exhaust. So let's get it. We have right here, we got Frijolito helping us. And right now, to begin with, I'm gonna start taking off the bumper so that I can put the jack all the way underneath, get it up high in the air to work on it more comfortable, get the front end apart. In the meantime, Eric is disassembling the inside because we need the shifter. So let's get it. I'm gonna set the tripod, maybe get a time lapse. Let's get it. Alright, so quick update. As for now, I got the front end removed. I got everything unhooked from this side except for the exhaust. Everything from this side is unhooked except for the starter. I'm about to get underneath and undo the motor mounts. Eric is at the moment undoing the drive shaft. Eric already got the center console disassembled, so it's ready to pull the shifter out. Also in the back, fuel pump is out. Fuel pump's ready to go back in, but we're just struggling because this hose is hard as a motherfucker. So we just have to figure that out. We're making really good progress. It's been about an hour, and I want to say that we're like 20 to 30 minutes away from the engine to start pulling it out. So engine's gonna get out of this car by 9, and by 11 it should be back in here. So let's get it.
we still yacked up the car up, and we were just like getting ready the tools. So about an hour and 30, and we had to do fuel pump, shift there. If not, it would have been like an hour to get it out.
I see good on feet, spice littles, trying to get my middle, junk out the middle, came up off the middle, starting to show my seeds little, I think gotta get them, all my dogs are littles, and they keep it running, winning my whole life in a contest, judging by your person, bitch, I'm not impressed, I don't do no second chances, you can try your best, if you know me, we do.
progress. It's been about an hour. It took us about an hour just to move the engine around and sit it in there. That's what for me takes the most amount of time because I don't have concrete. So moving the engine around in here, that's for me what takes the most. Getting the engine out, it's easy. Putting the engine in, it's easy. But moving the engine right here, that's what's hard. Normally I do it on my own and it takes me like 2 hours just to move an engine like from side to side. This time with Eric, it took me less time. It took me like an hour. It was a lot easier with some help, absolutely. So yeah. Engine is sitting in place. The mounts are where they're supposed to. I had a little bit of issue over here at the top with the fitment. I'm not sure exactly why, because on this frame it came off super easy, but it's alright. We made it work with a little bit of struggle. Right now, Eric is under his crash car. He's taking the drive shaft, the exhaust, the heat shield, and the fuel lines. Those are the 4 things that we were missing from this car to swap into the other one so that it runs. So he's getting that stuff off. I'm gonna get started by getting everything bolted from the engine, from the front and the top, and then I'm gonna also help him, and then we're gonna do both together the underneath of the car. So let me see what time is it right now. It's 11. Yeah, I said that the engine was gonna be in by 11. I said that it was gonna be running by 12, so I have an hour to make it run.
Alright, so update the GS swap. We're almost done. We're ready to crank it. At this point, everything's in, everything is connected, everything is plugged in, the whole drivetrain is ready. It's just a matter of priming the fuel and starting it. Right now, Eric's getting the rear tires on. We're pretty much done with the rear end. We got the coils in, we got the exhaust, the drive shaft, transmission. I think I'm almost pretty much done with the interior, at least so that it runs. The shifter is in place, the throttle pedal is in place, the shift linkage is in place. Other than that, over here, radiator, coolant's full, power steering's full, the transmission's full because it didn't leak. So we're missing this Freon, but we're gonna make sure that the car starts, that it runs, and then we're gonna recharge it with Freon. And at this point, we're really only missing the front coils, the front wheels, and the front sway bar. After those things are on, I think that the car is ready to move on its own. It's still rough, like the inside is probably 70% torn apart. The front end is all torn apart. We still need the bumper, we need the crash bar, the headlights. We're still missing some stuff, but realistically, like in the front end, it's probably another 30 minutes to an hour. In interiors, maybe like another 1 to 2 hours max to finish it. And besides that, we are only missing the suspension. Why the suspension? Because this GS on this side had a lot of upgrades already, and this one is a little clapped. So that'll be the only thing that we're missing. But other than that, we're about to crank it. So alright, so it's hot as fuck. It's 7 o'clock. We started at 8, but the car is finally running. The car was supposed to be, I thought that we were gonna have it running by 2 and maybe driving by 4. We took about an hour break. We went to get some food, and we had to swap a lot of parts, a lot of more parts that I was not considering, like especially the fuel lines, the drive shaft. I had to fix wiring in the fuel pump. I had to fix some wiring over here in the front, the shift linkage, and then we had to adjust it. And when we were trying to start for the first time, we were not getting spark. And we were not getting spark because of the new ECU. It was not recognizing the key. So we tried different methods. There's supposed to be a method with a pin, with a cotter pin that you put in the OBD port. It doesn't work for these cars. You need a scan tool to reprogram the ECU because we don't have a key right for that ECU in this car. So you need a scan tool or you need a locksmith. We got the whole steering column out. In mind, I was like, it's just where the key goes in. So if we swap the steering column, when we plug it in, it would recognize the old key. So we're gonna drive this Lexus with that key, that steering column, and that ECU, that engine, that transmission. Literally, it's pretty much just the shell. this is supposed to be the first start now that we just installed the new steering column. So we got the new steering column, still everything unplugged, everything's just disassembled. We just want to see if it starts, because as for now it should crank and start. The fuel is primed, everything is connected, so go for it.